The Galactic Council panics. That can't be a human battle fleet, is that even possible? At first glance, it appeared impossible. The vessels stretched across millions of kilometers of space, near the outer border of the Orion expanse. Hundreds of colossal warships drifted in perfect formation, their metallic hulls reflecting distant starlight. The problem wasn't merely their number, it was their size. Silence filled the chamber. Finally, Councillor Vex of the Carthan Empire spoke. "This report must be incorrect." The insect-like politician stared at the projection with disbelief. "Our sensors confirm the readings," replied the intelligence officer. "Impossible. Humans only joined the Galactic Council 150 years ago. They possess no industrial capacity capable of producing vessels of this scale." Murmurs spread throughout the chamber. Most species agreed. Humanity was respected. Humanity was innovative. Humanity was stubborn. But humanity was not considered a major military power. At least, that was what everyone believed. The projected image zoomed closer. Gasps echoed through the council hall. Each warship measured nearly 40 kilometers long. The largest dreadnoughts exceeded 60 kilometers. Entire alien civilizations lacked the resources necessary to build even one vessel of such magnitude. Humans apparently possessed hundreds. Councillor Zalara of the Valorian Collective leaned forward. "How many ships exactly?" The intelligence officer hesitated, then he answered. "Current estimates indicate 412 capital-class warships." The chamber erupted. Representatives shouted. Some accused the report of being fabricated. Others demanded immediate investigation. Several military advisors simply sat frozen in shock. Then another image appeared. This one caused even greater panic. The human fleet was moving, not slowly, not cautiously, it was accelerating toward the center of known space. A fleet larger than anything assembled in galactic history was heading directly toward Council territory, and nobody knew why. 3 days later, emergency sessions continued around the clock. Every intelligence agency in the galaxy searched desperately for answers. The findings only increased everyone's fear. Humanity had apparently spent the last century building hidden shipyards. Beyond, explored space. Entire asteroid belts had been converted into manufacturing complexes. Uninhabited star systems had become industrial worlds. Millions of automated factories operated beyond known borders. And somehow nobody had noticed. The revelation stunned the galaxy. How could a species hide something so massive? The answer was simple. Nobody had bothered looking. Humans had earned a reputation for diplomacy and trade. While larger empires competed for territory and influence, humanity quietly expanded into regions everyone considered worthless. Dead systems, frozen planets, core-rich sectors, too distant for profitable colonization. Humans accepted them gladly. The galaxy laughed. Now nobody was laughing. The hidden infrastructure humanity built across those forgotten regions surpassed the industrial output of multiple empires combined. The realization terrified everyone. Humanity had not been weak. Humanity had been preparing. Inside the council chamber, military analysts delivered another alarming report. The lead analyst activated a hologram. "We have completed preliminary fleet assessment." The image displayed human warship classifications. The council members watched in silence. Dreadnought-class vessels carry enough firepower to destroy small moons. The hologram changed. Battle carriers transport over 30,000 strike craft each. Another change. Titan-class command ships possess energy signatures exceeding entire planetary defense grids. The analyst swallowed nervously. Most concerning of all, their propulsion technology appears centuries beyond current galactic standards. Councillor Vex stood abruptly. Centuries? Possibly more. The chamber became silent. That wasn't possible. The oldest civilizations in the galaxy had spent thousands of years perfecting faster than light travel. Humans were newcomers. They should have lagged behind. Instead, they appeared ahead. Far ahead. The implications were horrifying. As panic spread across the council, humanity remained strangely silent. No official statement arrived, no explanation emerged, no diplomatic channels responded. The massive fleet continued advancing. Military forces throughout known space entered high alert. Planetary shields activated. Defense stations prepared for war. Families stocked supplies. Financial markets collapsed. News networks broadcast non-stop speculation. Some believed humanity planned conquest, others suspected retaliation for decades of political mistreatment. A few theorized that humanity had discovered ancient alien technology. Nobody knew the truth. Fear filled the void left by uncertainty. Then, finally, a message arrived. Every communication network in the galaxy received the same transmission simultaneously. A human admiral appeared on screen. The elderly officer wore a dark uniform decorated with unfamiliar insignias. His expression remained calm. "We understand your concerns." Billions watched. The admiral continued. "The fleet currently entering Council space has not been deployed for war." Relief spread briefly, then he added another sentence. "It has been deployed because war is coming." Panic returned instantly. The admiral activated a star map. An unexplored region beyond the galactic rim appeared. Thousands of red markers illuminated the darkness. The audience stared in confusion. "What are those?" someone asked. The admiral answered, "The enemy." 20 years earlier, humanity's deep space exploration program discovered something impossible. Beyond the galactic edge existed another civilization. Not merely another empire, not another species, something far worse, an ancient machine intelligence. It had consumed 3 neighboring dwarf galaxies. Entire civilizations vanished before it. Planets were dismantled, stars harvested, life erased. Human explorers encountered one of its scouting fleets. Out of 12 exploration vessels, only one escaped. The survivor carried recordings. Those recordings changed human history forever. Humanity realized the galaxy faced extinction. The problem? Nobody would believe them. At the time, humans lacked influence, lacked evidence, lacked credibility. So humanity made a decision. Instead of arguing, instead of warning, instead of begging others to prepare, they would prepare alone. For a century, every major human government secretly united. Old rivalries disappeared. Former enemies became allies. Resources flowed into hidden shipyards. Scientific research accelerated beyond imagination. The goal was simple: build a fleet capable of saving the galaxy, no matter the cost. Back in the present, silence dominated the council chamber. Nobody spoke, nobody moved. The human admiral displayed combat footage recovered from the exploration mission. The recording showed thousands of black machine vessels emerging from hyperspace. Entire planets vanished beneath bombardments. Defense fleets evaporated. Stars were transformed into fuel sources. The footage ended. No one questioned its authenticity. The terror visible in the explorers' recordings could not be fabricated. Counselor Zalara finally whispered, "How long until they arrive?" The admiral answered immediately. 6 months. The chamber froze. 6 months, against an enemy that destroyed galaxies. No existing fleet could stop such a force. Then another counselor asked the obvious question. "Can humanity stop them?" The admiral looked directly into the camera. "No." Fear returned, but then he smiled slightly. "Humanity alone cannot." The next 6 months transformed galactic history. For the first time ever, every major civilization worked together. Shipyards operated continuously. Scientists shared technologies. Military commanders coordinated strategies. Ancient rivalries ended overnight. Human engineers opened access to innovations they had spent generations developing. Advanced reactors, shield systems, weapons technology, propulsion breakthroughs. The galaxy progressed centuries within months. Humanity asked for nothing in return: no territory, no political control, no special privileges. Only cooperation. Many council members found that fact more shocking than the fleet itself. Humanity had built enough power to dominate the galaxy. Instead, they chose partnership. 6 months later, the enemy arrived. The first machine armada emerged near the galactic rim, then another. And another. Thousands became millions. The darkness between stars filled with hostile vessels. The machine intelligence advanced relentlessly. Its formation stretched across entire sectors. Against them stood the combined fleets of the galaxy. At the center stood humanity's battle fleet, the same fleet that once caused panic. Now it represented hope. Human dreadnoughts formed defensive lines. Titan-class command ships coordinated millions of allied vessels. strike carriers launched endless waves of fighters, the largest battle in galactic history began. Stars themselves seemed to tremble, energy weapons illuminated entire systems, explosions larger than planets erupted across space, machine fleets advanced, allied forces resisted. For days the outcome remained uncertain. Then humanity revealed its final secret. Deep beneath a distant red giant star, hidden for decades, humanity had constructed something extraordinary. Project Guardian. A structure so enormous that most species considered it impossible. The machine intelligence certainly had not anticipated it. As the battle reached its peak, the red giant began changing. Its light intensified. Energy levels skyrocketed. Machine commanders detected the anomaly too late. Human Admiral Hayes transmitted one final order. Activate Guardian. The star exploded not naturally, not violently, precisely controlled. Every joule of stellar energy was redirected through a network of quantum focusing arrays spanning light years. A beam of unimaginable power crossed space. Entire machine formations vanished instantly. Millions of enemy vessels disappeared. The attack tore a path directly toward the machine command nexus. For the first time in countless millennia, the machine intelligence suffered fear. Human fleets surged forward. Allied forces followed. The enemy line collapsed. One sector became 10. 10 became 100. The machines retreated. Then they ran. For the first time in recorded history, the devourers of galaxies fled. The war lasted another 3 months. The machine intelligence continued resisting, but momentum had changed. Human strategy, allied cooperation, and overwhelming determination gradually pushed the invaders back toward intergalactic space. Finally, the HFY Sci-Fi machine forces withdrew completely. The galaxy was saved. Not conquered. Saved 1 year later, representatives gathered once again inside the Galactic Council chamber. The atmosphere differed dramatically from the panic of the previous year. Today gratitude filled the hall. Councillor Vex stood before the assembly, the same politician who once doubted humanity, the same politician who feared the human fleet. He looked toward the human delegation. We misjudged you. The chamber listened quietly. We believed your species was insignificant because you were young. He paused. We believed your diplomacy reflected weakness. Another pause. We believed your kindness reflected naivety. The councillor bowed, a gesture almost unheard of among his people. Today we know the truth. The chamber erupted in applause. Representatives from hundreds of worlds stood together. Some cheered. Others simply smiled. Human Ambassador Elena Carter stepped forward. You owe us no thanks. The applause faded. She continued. The fleet was never built to rule you. Her voice echoed throughout the chamber. It was built to stand beside you when darkness arrived. Silence followed. Powerful silence, the kind remembered for generations, sis. Because everyone understood what had happened. The greatest secret in galactic history had never been humanity's fleet. It had never been their technology. It had never been their hidden shipyards. The true surprise was something much simpler. When faced with extinction, humanity could have chosen self-preservation. They could have hidden, they could have escaped. They could have abandoned everyone else. Instead, they spent a century preparing to defend strangers. That decision changed the galaxy forever, and from that day forward, whenever young cadets studied history, they learned the same lesson. The Galactic Council had once looked upon a human battle fleet and asked a terrified question. That can't be a human battle fleet. Is that even possible? The answer became legendary. Yes, it was possible, because underestimating humanity was the greatest mistake the galaxy had ever made. And believing humanity would stand alone was the second.